Welcome back to Yangon, Myanmar. I was gone from YouTube for a little while because I got sick while I was here. Something I ate, something I drank, I got really sick to my stomach. And I usually deal with these things just by not eating, not drinking anything. If it gets really bad, I'll visit a clinic or a doctor and get a series of antibiotics. But in this case, I just let nature take its course, and took about, I don't know, 10 days until I was feeling better. I eventually got better and I went out into Yangon, but then I got sick again. And my visa expired in the middle of all that, and I had to do a quick visa run. I flew to Bangkok, spent a couple of days there resting in a nice hotel, which was nice. And yesterday I flew back to Yangon. I'm feeling better, and here I am. It's interesting how all these small streets in Yangon work, and in a lot of Asian cities, I guess. This one, for example, is dedicated almost entirely to stationery stores. So there's little print shops, little stationery stores all up and down this entire street. And for some reason, it's also a really busy street for traffic. Must be a convenient way for trucks and taxis to get from this main street to the one behind me. There were two other reasons why I haven't been on the internet or on YouTube very much lately. One is the heat wave, which is still continuing. Even on a day when I was feeling like I was starting to get better and I could go outside, it was just too hot to go anywhere. Just brutally hot. It's dropped a little bit now. The temperature is kind of bearable now. And according to weather reports, it might start raining in a week. And once it starts to rain, the temperature is going to drop another 4 or 5 degrees. So yeah, life should get a little bit easier in a little while, but it's still pretty hot right now. The other reason I haven't been on the internet very much is that Yangon is currently suffering from a lot of power outages. The power goes off 4, 5, maybe 6 times a day, and it can be off for as long as 2 hours at a stretch. And that might not be a problem for normal people, but in my case, my computer is kind of on its last legs, and the battery won't hold a charge at all. So the second the power goes out, my computer just shuts down instantly. And whatever I was working on the computer, I just lose whatever I was doing because there's no battery backup at all, like not even half a second of it. So the power goes out, boom, I lose everything. Wait 2 hours for the power to come back on, sweating in the dark because there's no fans and no air conditioners operating, of course. And then when the power finally comes back, I start working again, working on a video or something like that. And then after an hour, boom, power goes out and I lose whatever I was working on. So eventually I just gave up. This is the land of generators. And even if you stay in a nice hotel that has a powerful generator, there's still a gap of 3 or 4 minutes between the power going out and the generator kicking in. And in that time, of course, my computer has already shut down. So even having a generator doesn't really help me out much. I'm not going anywhere special today. I'm just walking around some of my neighborhood here in Yangon. But my mission for today is a very simple one. I just need to get my sandals fixed, or at least a sandal fixed. Just a couple days ago, I was walking along. I kind of got off balance because there was a uneven section of sidewalk. Kind of twisted my foot in my sandal, and I tore out one of the straps. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. There it is there, my sandal. A great thing about living in Asia is that when you have to do something like fix your sandals, it's very easy to do, usually. So in this case, I'm just walking along the street and I'm hoping to stumble across a man who does this kind of work at the side of the road. They usually have just a little chair and they have some sewing equipment and an awl and they'll fix sandals and shoes right at the side of the street. I have no idea how much it will cost, but we'll find out. This is one of the main streets in Yangon, and if I remember right, I saw someone nearby here who can fix sandals. Oh, and there he is. And there he is right there. So I think he can do it for me. Let's find out. Hello. Can you fix my sandal? Oh, thank you. Oh. Hello. How are you? There's some young monks going from shop to shop to get donations. And here are all the tools that he uses for his work. I just noticed that he's giving me double service. He's sewing up both sides of the sandal, which is nice. I was going to ask him to do that, but I wouldn't know how to do that in the local language. But he's just doing it on his own. So it's a great service. So there's sandal number one fixed on this side and on this side, and I figured while I was here I'll just have him reinforce my other sandal as well. So he's busy working on that one too. I'll get another few weeks of wear out of these before I have to replace them.
Đây, cái gì mà kèm. Cô đi quay này. Cô kìa không nào. Phone này. Cái gì mà số? Cái gì này à? Cái gì này này? Cái gì này à? Giá là.
This little shoe repair shop is quite close to Sule Pagoda. You can just see a little bit of the golden pagoda over there. It's a busy street, of course, a lot going on around me. There's a busy market just up the road. And there we are, two almost new sandals. He fixed both sides and the front and the back of both of them. And he did a very good job, as far as I could tell. I certainly couldn't have done that on my own with my own little sewing kit. And he charged me 5,000 chat. And that's, I don't know how much that is off the top of my head, $3 maybe, $3 US. And I'm sure that's more than a local person would pay. I think if I wanted to pay less, I would have to, you know, bargain with him at the beginning and then settle on a price. But for me, that was absolutely fine. So that was my small adventure for the day. It's funny, but I'm walking through a neighborhood where I was also walking during the Yangon Water Festival. And everywhere I went throughout this whole area, you know, people were dumping buckets of water on my head, spraying me with hoses and things like that. And now everything looks so different, just a regular day. But the funny thing is that any one of the people that I'm passing by one of these shops or something, any one of those people could be someone who dumped water on me during the festival. And I wouldn't remember them, but maybe they would remember me. Since my return to Yangon, I've been staying at another low-budget backpackers guest house, and it's located up on this street here. And the whole street seems to be kind of a computer street. All the stores on both sides of me are selling computers and computer parts and gadgets and that sort of thing. My guest house is up ahead on the right, and it is called the Ocean Pearl Inn 3. Apparently there are two other Ocean Pearls, Ocean Pearl 1 and Ocean Pearl 2. This one must be the newest and latest one, since it's the Ocean Pearl number 3. It's a very busy street, as you can see. A lot of traffic during the day. And right across the road almost is the G&G convenience store. And I'm gonna pop in here and see if I can get a bottle of water or something. Hello? As I said, the Ocean Pearl 2 Hostel 3 is a budget guest house. I booked a single room there. It costs about $7 a night, I think. That's shared bathroom with air conditioning. And it's all very basic, but all nice enough. When I showed up, the man said that it wasn't very busy, so even though I'd booked a single room, he gave me a much larger twin room for the same price, so that was nice of him. The biggest problem with that place though, well, two problems. One is they don't have a generator, so when the power goes out, the whole place shuts down. The room quickly becomes an oven because there's no air conditioning and no fan. There's no light, there's no internet. there's no electricity and there's no water in the bathroom because it appears to need some kind of a pump. So when the power goes off, the whole place basically shuts down, just like my computer. And the other problem, I guess, is that the air conditioning is central air and you can't control it in the room. It's just got a tiny little vent, and I find that my room doesn't get cool enough for me. But I spoke to the manager about that, and they actually gave me a big fan to put inside the room. So the air conditioning with the fan kind of works out to be comfortable enough. But yeah, I'll give you a tour of my room and the lobby area when I go back in a few minutes. And hopefully the city power is back on by then. It's been about 3 hours now, I think, and the power is still out. This is the longest blackout that I've seen in Yangon so far. I keep waiting for it to turn back on, but yeah, still waiting. All of the streets in this area are amazing. You can just walk up and down all of these streets one by one, and you find all sorts of interesting things. Whoa! Being run over again. I usually hear the engines, but I didn't hear the engine of that taxi. In all of these alleyways, you see residential units like this, and I'm very curious about the people who live up there. Are they families, individuals? Maybe nobody lives up there and they're all abandoned. The one up here, though, has clothing drying on the balcony. So I think people do live up there. It'd be interesting to get a look inside. I keep losing track of my guest house, the Ocean Pearl Inn 3. And yeah, I walked past it again. There it is up here. It's got a really interesting entrance, because that's one reason it's so hard to find. At this shop here, has a photocopier basically. It's a photocopy machine, and that consists of the entire shop. That's the entrance to the guest house. Right through here. It's okay. It's okay. So as you can imagine, if you didn't know it was located there, you would never find this stairway and the entrance to the Ocean Pearl Inn 3. And here we are heading up the wooden stairs. And if they have electricity here, it means the power is back on. You have electricity again. Yeah, came back. That's good. So this is the entrance lobby of the Ocean Pearl Inn 3. Check-in counter over there. And entrance there where you keep your shoes. Some lockers you can use. Here in the hallway to the rooms, I can really feel the air conditioning now, so that's nice. My room is up on the second floor of the guest house. Yes, nice and cool in here. So I think I'm going to relax in here for a couple hours while I wait for the sun to get a bit lower in the sky out there in Yangon. And to end the video today, a quick tour of my new budget hotel room. As I said, I booked a single room for about $7 or $8 a night, shared bathroom, but with air conditioning. And they weren't very busy, so the manager gave me this twin room for the same price, which is very nice. So as you can see, there's 2 beds, a little night table in the middle, and this vent up here is the air conditioner, and it's actually working right now because the city power is back on, but there's just a little bit of cold air coming out. For some people it might be enough, but I find the room still far too hot with just this little bit of air conditioning. And I spoke to the manager, and he gave me this beast of a fan. They actually use this down in the lobby, but he said I could use it up here in the room for my stay here, which is very nice of him. So for my lifestyle and my simple tastes, this room is absolutely perfect. You know, it's got a mirror, nice comfortable beds with nice bedding and pillows, light, air conditioning, a fan. That's pretty much all I need. And the bathrooms are down the hall. Yeah, I'll show them to you. This is the hallway up on the 3rd or 4th floor. And these are the bathrooms down here. I think there are 3 of them. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And it's one of the self-contained units that has the toilet and the shower all in the same one. And I think it's a pretty nice bathroom. It works okay for me. They got places to hang your towel and toiletries. In fact, they have 2 of them, and they supply shampoo and soap. And there's the mirror. I love good design, and I notice small things. So for example, this one has the light right above the sink in the mirror, which I really like, because then if you're shaving or something, your face is nicely lit up. A lot of places have the light in the middle, and then you can't really see yourself in the mirror. So yeah, this is actually a nice little bathroom. And in an odd kind of twist, down by my room here, there's actually a set of windows at the floor, and you can see the lobby down there. So that's the check-in counter and reception, and the 2 young guys down there. That's the end of my little video for today. Not a lot going on. Got my sandals fixed, tried to get my laptop fixed. Oh, one other thing. In this bag, I have something very special. Let me get it out just now. Ta-da! I found a audio adapter for the GoPro. And I've been looking for this everywhere. I couldn't find it anywhere in Kuala Lumpur. I was recently in Bangkok for a few days, and I looked at every store I could possibly find, contacted endless companies online. Nobody stocks it, nobody has it. I went to one shop here in Yangon, and they had 5 of them. They weren't on display, they were in a drawer, and they had to unlock the drawer and get it out for me, but they actually had one. So I'm going to try that out later and see if I can attach a microphone to this GoPro and see how the audio sounds. So that's the end of my adventures for today. See you in the next video.